So if I'm looking around and I see you have 22 resource rooms, you're in 14 of the 29 counties. Is that accurate?
That's right.
And you're growing this. How do you manage the volume of inventory, getting it delivered, making sure that everything is everywhere it needs to be? Like, how is that happening?
It's a lot, for sure. I'm not going to lie. It is. It's a bit.
I'm astounded. I'm an operations-minded man, and I think about this.
So we have places. We have the 3 locations, and then we do have some of the. Not all 22 can take the donations, but many of them can, because the benefit of having the resource centers in human services DCFS offices is that, one, I don't have to staff those.
Oh, that's good.
That'd be critically different. If I had to staff the resource rooms, this conversation would be a little slightly different.
Yeah.
My team still has to resource to them. So once a month, we check all the resource rooms, we divvy up. We do have some volunteers that can help us do that.
And they take an inventory for you?
And then basically what happens is when a caseworker goes in and takes items they need for a child, we have papers there.
Oh.
They fill out, I took these items, it helped this many children, because we have to track our numbers. They leave them, and then when we go pick up once a month,
you have kind of a file.
Yep, we take the numbers, we refill those, we kind of look at, and every resource room is different. Some of them they're great about calling us and saying, hey, we're low on a size 3 t-shirt. Great. Some of them aren't, so we don't know till we get there, and then we have to write it all down and then go back. It definitely is. I call them the Amazing Six. I have an amazing team, so committed, but they also know I'm very committed to them. I don't ask them to do anything I'm not willing to do, first of all, which I think is pretty important. And also, I pay them competitively for a nonprofit world. I don't obviously pay them competitively compared to a corporate world. But we have great benefits. We have great PTO. We have great holiday pay. We have, you know what I mean? Like I bring all the corporate benefits certainly in. I can comp day. Being in charge means I can comp any day I want. So I'm like, oh, it looks like, you worked 2 nights this week, or you're going to go collect donations this Saturday. Pick a day next week. Take it off.
I would imagine dealing with the emotional toll that you guys have on a day in, day out basis is exhausting, both for you and managing the staff. Yeah,
so if some of my staff are seeing a kiddo crying, or we're listening to a visit with a parent and there's a lot of tears, it's hard for my team. I mean, it's sad. It's very sad, especially when it's time for parents or grandparents to leave and the child still has to stay. As awesome as the Christmas Box House is, it's not their family. They want to go home.
Yeah.
And there's lots of tears, and I have to be very aware of my team's emotions. I do have a coach that has come in and trained the team. Again, it's a corporate thing I brought in. We do mood checks before our meetings. There's a chart. You don't ask why someone's in the mood. That's not the point. The point is I'm bringing this into the room, and we have to be very aware that that's how uniquely different the table is at that time. All 6 of us are coming into this environment in a different mood with a different mindset. And it's just, I just heard, Rob, that you told me you're anxious. Okay, I'm sensitive to that. I write all that down in my notes so that as I'm interacting with my team one-on-one, I can recall quickly that's how they were this morning. And I can ask in our one-on-ones, does overwhelm mean it's work? Is there something I can do to support you? And if that's the case, then I need to know, what can I take off your plate? Again, it's more for me, but that's what I signed up for. That's not like I didn't know. Right. You know what I mean? But it's important for me, if they're emotional, if they're feeling those moments, I'm sorry, this is hard for you. Why don't you go take a walk? Well, I'm working on that. You know what? It's probably still going to be here when you get back. Pretty sure that task is still going to be here. It's not going to walk out the door or anything. Go for a walk. Tammy, I have an emotional gal that works for me, and it's hard for her. I'm like, go for a walk. Do whatever you need to do. You have a son that's 7 and you're relating to this right now, and you don't need to sit here and listen to it.
Yeah.
Go for a walk.
I can't actually even fathom that just my character in general, like I would not be the right guy for this, because I would have to save everybody that walked through there.
I'm walking a lot. How many talks a day are we allowed?
17 minutes every hour.
17 minutes every hour. Yeah.
And I'd have 14 of them at my house, and that would be tough.
It is the hardest part when every once in a while when I'm like, just for a night, maybe I should just take them for a night. You know what I mean? You really have to disconnect, not from a jaded standpoint. You don't ever want to, I always tell the team when they're upset, I'm like, the benefit of this right here is you still care.
Yeah, you're still connected.
If you weren't upset about this, I'd be concerned.
Yeah.
Because this probably wouldn't be the work for you.
Sure.
So the fact that you have tears, the fact that you're feeling it, I have to be able to connect to that with them. And I think because when I was in it, and they all are obviously very aware of that, they know that I'm feeling that empathy from them. And as their leader, I think that's really important, for sure.